me get back to the main menu and we try this robot deck now. Robots. Ooh, blank cards. Oh right, because some of the robots. Okay, so your cards, while not in your hand, have their cost increased by 1. I don't know why that's useful. So look at the top card of both players' draw piles, then player with the highest cost adds that many cogs. That's why that's useful. Okay, so the cog I added is reduce the fervor when you play a card, then remove 1 token from this stack. Oh, okay. Fair enough then. So I can push the fervor down with some springs. Interesting. Then we'll do this again. Okay, mine's more. This one is gain 2 stars when you win a favor battle, then remove this from the stack, and gain 2 candy when you play a card, then remove 1 from the stack. So if I do that, I gain 2 candy, then I can play this shield. I'm not winning the favor because I'm not gaining any favor yet. But that's probably fine, right? Add 6 random cogs if the fever multiplier is 1 or less, which it is. Gain 4 star when you play an empty card, then remove this token from the stack. So that's the one that wants me to play empty cards. Convert shields into 2 random cogs up to 6 times. That doesn't count as a shield. Okay. So these are add the shield when you play a card, then remove 1 token from the stack. Add candy when you play a card, then remove a token from the stack. When I win a fever multiplier, I get 6. When I play a card with nothing on it, I gain stars. When I play a card, I gain stars. And reduce the fever multiplier when I play a card. Oh god, I almost lost. Am I going to draw any cards that give me points? Because that would be really nice. Can I have some cards that... Okay, that gets me points. Okay, that gained me points. Whew. Oof. Okay. That really flipped from one side to the other. And now I've got 5 candy? This robot deck is strange. Very strange. Okay then. Yes. I guess I won? I'm very confused. In conclusion, the robot deck has confused me. But I will keep attempting to get robot parts. And when we get to the actual part where I go and look at stuff, I will go and have a look. There's a robot shovel arm in the paleontology area? And somehow I uncovered it. And I'm now, like, even more confused. It's time for a bike race. Which route should I take? I can take a risky shortcut and risk losing that card, or play it slow and steady. Given that I don't really know what the deck is doing yet, I'll play it slow and steady. That's not bad. I know there are some empty cards in this deck for specific reasons. Okay, so what do the cards do? Hang on, These are the 4 types of cards I'm starting, 5 types of cards that I'm starting with. 2 that just gave me 3 shield, that's fine. 2 that are gave me 3 shield, look at the top card of both players, draw a pile, then the player with the highest candy cost adds that many random cogs. Those are pretty good. Then we've got 2 convert a shield into 2 random cogs 6 times. What I might do, I might put those like that. That feels like it will be more useful. Then we've got gain 7 if the fever multiplier is 1, which it probably will be. And then we've got 2 add 6 random cogs if the fever multiplier is 1 or less. Then we've now also got add a random cog, hold to increase this effect by 2, so I can just hold on to this card for ages. And add 4 shield for each cog token stack. Oh, actually. So if I do that, that's much better, because then I add a whole bunch of shields, then I remove some of those shields to make more cog stacks. And now I've still got 2 blank cards, so the number of blank cards has gone up. Okay. Okay. We're getting somewhere, I think. I don't know if those were correct moves, because the robot deck doesn't make sense to me yet. But then neither did the fruit deck. I played the fruit deck, and in my first game I was a bit like, I don't know what's going on. Then I kind of worked it out. As far as I can tell, I'm trying to keep the fever multiplier down by making a bunch of cogs. And some of those cogs are springs, and those springs allow me to push the multiplier down. Is what I can tell. And then I'm doing some combination of, like, I make shields and then I convert the shields into stuff that isn't shields. And just make a whole bunch of cogs. Cogs! Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Okay. Okay, that was a decent turn. I've got 4 candy now. Okay. Whole bunch of random robot parts. Nice. Okay, much smoother victory that time. Play the top card of your draw pile, reduce its cost by 1 for each. And it ends the turn. Play the top card of your draw pile, reduce its candy cost for 1 for each different token stack, then stop and end the turn. I I don't know if that's good. Decrease fever multiplier by 3, then if fever multiplier is 1, gain 3 stars. Which go for the spade. Put it on the same card as the other spade arm. Oh, what does this do now? Gain 1 star for each token stack. Nice. Crane arm, what does this arm do now? Add a random cog equal to candy cost of this card if fever multiplier is 1. That's pretty cool. Oh, a whole bunch of robot parts. What's the alarm do? Look at 4 cards in your opponent's hand, then wait. Look at 4 cards in your opponent's hand, then discard up to 1 of them and add 1 cog for each clue you found. So you can have Detective Robot, is what that kind of wants you to do. Weird? Very weird. Yeah, we'll just do some of these. Oh, I got the Detective Robot sticker. Hi Hunter, thank you for the luck. Don't forget to redeem your daily spore as well while you're here. Did you show off my art? Well, I suppose you're just lacking. I'm not gonna ask you too many questions because you're having a lurk, and that's all good. Oh, there is a big shop after this. Maybe I should have saved some of my tickets. Ah, well, it'll be fine. I got some random tambourines I can get rid of. Tambourine, tambourine. Grab one of that arm. Grab one of, nope. Grab one of that arm. Yes. And now I've just got to make the cards that I do have really expensive. So we're going to convert these into these shields. Maybe? We want to put the other shovel arm on this. Dig, dig, dig. We do still want some blank cards. Yeah. Then I'll have 3 blank cards. Or I could do this. What if I put 2 on here? Okay. Wiggly wobbly arms. That one's fine, that one's fine. This one can swap what shield it's using. Because I think these shields are better than the other ones. Right? Because these don't specify shields. They're just convert shields. Whereas the ones that make shields specify what kind of shield they are. But this kind of shield protects tokens, which is what my deck is doing. Because I can put the alarm onto this. What is this doing? Random things is what it's doing. Okay, my deck is now full of nonsense cards that are all really expensive. So I need to get the cat Pez dispenser toy, so that when I don't pay a card I get 3 candy, because then I can kind of on-off every turn. Okay. They got me for 3 points, but I've got 5 different token stacks now. Yes, getting 20 shields that I then convert 3 of them, or 6 of them, into more random cog stacks. Yeah, it's pretty good. And it got me 3 candy. That's the other part, because of these, whenever I play coins I'll get 2 more candy, so actually it works really well. Ooh. Yep. Right, it does it twice. I forgot it did it twice. Ooh, 21 points. Nice. And they had nothing in hand because I made them get rid of it all. Meep moop. Still got 20 shield. Which I can just start converting a bunch into stuff. Yes. Convert more of those shields into cogs, please. So yeah, with very minimal converting, the deck is actually just working and like running pretty smoothly. And turns out I actually don't need that cat Pez dispenser because I've got this kind of cog. Where it's then just like, as soon as I play my second card that I can play, I start getting more candy. Pretty good. Pretty good. What is this arm? And a different robot head? Ooh, stuff. First we're going to sell those, then we'll have a proper look. Look at the top card of your draw pile, then add random cogs equal to the cost. Yes. For each cog token, add a shield and gain 1. That's really good. Yep, that's also really good. Jetpack. Toaster. Oh my gosh. Put a card back on top of your draw pile. Interesting. Candy cost of this card is increased by 3 while not in your hand. Ooh. Fancy, fancy? Maybe fancy, fancy, but I can't afford it, so that's fine. I shouldn't have re-rolled. No, and then it's showing it to me again, even though I can't use it. Bullying me. And then it's robots versus music. Nice. Okay. Oh, I could have earned points by playing the blank card. It's fine. I might stockpile up more. Hold on to the blank card for the moment. Yep. Cards on top of my deck still cost way more. Now we play a blank card, which gets me more candy. Oh, and then this does a lot worse now. It's still fine though. Because I can just convert the shields that I do have into stacks. And that's fine. Eat mope. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Many cogs were made. I love the way the tokens work is when I play nothing, I get a bunch of points because I've gained all the robot parts already. And a bunch of the robot parts are just like, you playing stuff? Cool. Have fun. Many cogs. Okay, I am enjoying this new deck as well. Robot deck, also very fun. It kind of sits and doodles for a bit. And then after doodling for a bit, it goes, okay, cogs. And once you've got all the cogs, you get all the points and have all the favour and win all the games. So these ones I'm tempted a bit more to just be like, put more stuff on. Like convert shields into candy, into cogs, then gain for each cog stack. But also do this other thing. For each cog token stack, yeah, that's good. Yep. Stuff. Still got 3 blank cards, but my robot cards that I do have now have a bunch more stuff on them. Pretty good starting turn for them. I think I might have had a few more stickers on it. Cost a little bit more candy. So this is the deck where I was like, you have a few cards that have a lot of stuff on. And this seems to be that deck where it's just like, you have some cards and they've just got loads of stuff on them. Okay, I had a bunch of shields, but they took them all away. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice. So much stuff happens before I even do anything. Oh, nice. The last cog worked out. 29 points for playing a nothing card. I guess technically 32 points for playing a nothing card, because also the ball triggers afterwards. Yes. Yep. Couple of rounds to set up, then one round of just straight win. Can it cost those cards increased by 2 while not in your hand? That's also another robot thing. Sure. Oh no, it's the dragon. I really should have avoided this because I've just realised I'm going to make loads and loads of tokens and the dragon's just going to come in and go, and they're all gone. And that's my whole deck's premise, is making a bunch of random tokens. And then paying off for having loads of random tokens. But if I can't pay it off for having a bunch of random tokens because they're just going to get rid of them all, then what do I do? Okay, this might work out. Maybe. Probably not. I mean, the dragon will have to do something. Dragon? Nope, just points. Okay then. Dragon? Nope, just points. That's good for me then. Oh, why did I go with candy? I had 6. Oh well. That's fine. We're getting there. Dragon? No? Did it work for us? Did they not have the dragon? Haha! Worked out for us completely. Perfect. Hooray! They didn't draw the dragon and it worked fine for us. Another Scoopy Claw. Yeah, we'll grab a robot head, why not? Oh, that's actually really good. Because they care about being expensive when they're in your deck and then costing not a lot when you play them. Would make the deck work so much better. Rainbow is fine, doesn't really do anything. That shield, I'm probably not going to play. Ooh, shiny shield, I'll definitely upgrade one of mine to a shiny shield. Apple's definitely not getting on anything. Decrease further by 5, then if the third multiplier is 1. Okay. Decrease further by 1 for each shield up to 30. Ooh. Well, okay then. I guess that's the thing I'm doing. So that on top, and this arm. And then I can, I'm not sure about this one anymore. Ad break starting in a bit. 3, 2s. Yeah, those are probably fine. I guess I'll make this one have the sun on it. Yes. Yeah, that's probably fine. I guess. And we go into the first boss fight, which is against Bobby and Bonnie. Their lovely farmyard deck. We keep the pigs in our barn, so there's no way they'll fly away. They can't possibly fly away, they're inside. Okay. I don't know if I made this one correctly. I did, that's fine then. Just disrupting your hand, don't mind me. I'm making a bunch of cogs. Yeah. Oh, welcome back from the outbreak, everybody. Oh no, that's going on the ad break. Oh dear. I've only got 2 candies, so that's fine. More candy, we can go converting shields into random cogs, infuse multiplier. add cogs equal to the candy cost of this card. Do that, or we can do that. We can do this. Decrease the fee multiplier by 9 and just be like, nope, back to the start. And then we can do this. I think I need... Actually, they do stick around, so I don't need that many cards that have nothing on them. I just need enough that I do trigger this every so often. But I'm still winning without them. So maybe I don't need any cards that don't have anything on them. It's just nice occasionally to be like, I play this card that has nothing on it and get like 40 points, which is kind of funny. The robot deck sure does exponentiate quickly. It's just like, oh yes, a bunch of stuff. What about more stuff? Once you've got junk, getting more junk is very easy. So yeah, adds 3 shield, then removes 1 from its pile, adds 1 star, then removes 1 from its pile. Reduces the feed multiplier by 3, then adds 1 for the pile. And gains 2 candy, then removes 1 from the pile. That's for every card I play. The sun! The sun is here! Welcome back from the outbreak, everybody. We are just battling Bobby and Bonnie. And look, as this blank card earns me 22 points plus an extra 3 points from the bouncy ball. A blank card scoring 25 points is silly, but that's what the robot deck does, apparently. It stockpiles a bunch of things and then plays a blank card that then goes, points. Oh, another robot arm. That's a good one. The toaster! And a shiny watermelon slice. Have I got shiny watermelon in my collection already? Oh, where? I went straight past the fruit one then. Where is it? I don't have a shiny watermelon. I've got a gold and a regular watermelon. So I guess we're keeping hold of this shiny watermelon slice. And we're going to randomly stick it onto a thing. Just any fruit that we get will go on this. Will put me down to only 1 blank card in my deck. I think keeping 2 is probably the correct decision. Weird robot made of arms. All of them are weird robot made of arms. Claw machine and a shop could be good. I think that's the correct decision. Yep. There we go. Convert all my shields into random cogs. Now the difficulty is going to be playing a card. Because I can't play any of these this turn, so I'm just going to sit and take another 13. Yep. Points, points, and more points. Alright, the shiny watermelon does turn into a candy if I don't do anything else. Okay, that's something, I guess? It was a thing. It was a thing that happened. If I draw a sun, then they all go down to costing 2. Well, I could do that when I've got my thing that costs me nothing. Come on, the candy cog. The candy cog. Where's the candy cog? There it is. Okay. Whew. I was like, why am I not getting any candy cogs? There we go. A lovely 32 points. 32 points. Good stuff. 3, 4, 5, 6. Then many cogs were had. And I got to like 60 points, which pushes me back in the lead with this 1 times multiplier. Yep, we're gonna have to give it one of those. Oh, I know it would be a really good toy actually. The one that's whenever a token gets removed, you get points. The Barrel of Monkeys. Barrel of Monkeys would be really good in this because there's just so many. Just like you make tokens, then you remove tokens to make more things to keep going, which would work really well with the Barrel of Monkeys. Oh, okay. The sun is in my deck somewhere. And there's only 4 cards left in my deck, so there can't be much more. Okay then. Yes. 108 points with like 60 shield. Pretty good. What does that do? We'll add grow on remove. When you remove this shield, it adds a cog. So actually this wants to be in the cog deck. Because when you remove this shield, it gives you cogs. And it will grow on removing a plant. Weird. Draw a card whenever you lose favour. Gain 3 stars whenever you play a card that costs 5 or more. But I make all my cards cost 5 or more. I'm tempted to go for the Rubik's Cube and just make all my cards cost 5 or nothing. And kind of just play off that. There we go. I have 4 toys now. Although there are better toys out there, these are the toys that I have. Another one of those, one of those. Jetpack. Move up to 2 tokens, add 2 chili. Quest, have at least 3 shields, gain 1 star, add 1 gem. You know what? I will definitely have 3 shields for the majority of the time, so that wizard is actually kind of funny. Actually kind of works in the deck somehow. I don't get how he works in the deck, but he kind of does. Token stack as opposed to just gaining 10. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, we'll keep this one. I forgot to sell the Yeti. Weird. Ah, well. Okay. Right, 1, 2, potentially 3. So we want them to cost 5. But I'm not that fussed about the holds. Okay, that costs 5. Those 2 can still cost 2, that's fine. That's 1, 2, those 2 are fine. This one can convert up a bit more. Right, anyone that gets me shields. At least 3 shields. So this one, I guess? Yeah, sure. Put that in there. Okay, now all my cards cost 5 or nothing, or the 2 cards that cost 3 cards that cost 2? Sure. 5, nothing, or 2. That's what my deck costs. So now the Rubik's Cube is going to be triggering all the time, hopefully? Maybe? And I'm very curious if the sun will make the Rubik's Cube stop working. Oh. Many cog parts were had. I definitely need that cat Pez dispenser now though. Need to replace this with the cat Pez dispenser. Ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba. Ba-ba. Yeah, keep me in the game. By playing that zero cost nothing. Degrees fever multiplier, gain 7, add random. Add more random, and then gain a bunch of shield. Okay, I think that's my next play. Robot parts! You're making me get 10 less points, but that's fine because I've got a bunch of robot parts. Then I'm probably going to go back to sitting and not doing a whole bunch of stuff for a while. We'll play this. So many robot parts. And then I've only got 2 candy, so I can't play any of that. But I'm still in the lead and I've got 11 shields. Okay, we're still in the lead, we're still in the lead. Random robot parts go! Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shields converted into random robot parts. Ooh, the free card on top. Nice. Oh, that didn't help because that was then looking at the top card and going, no extra cogs. Oh, that's why the little like wind-up cog is there. Because you're not going to get a multiplier, so it's got that one. So if you can pile a bunch of those, you can still effectively get a multiplier. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Whole heap of cogs. And many, many points. I'm liking this robot deck. You just get to build big silly robots as you used to. Like the old robot deck was very much the same. You'd just be like, cool, I've got 2 cards that just have loads of robot parts. But that's kind of all it did. It was just like the 2 cards that have loads of robot parts are effectively free and get me a load of stars and steal a bunch of stars from my opponent and remove a bunch of tokens. And that was it. And get me a bunch of candy. So if you get loads of robot parts, you could make 2 cards that basically go, I go through my deck. Like these 2 cards mean that I can play the rest of my deck for free. But then you're, much like my last detective deck, you're then relying on drawing those 2 cards to actually win games. So you then have to have basically every other card in your deck be like, and then they all had moustaches and drew me loads of cards. Or they were all just 1 hamster on every single card. Yeah, whereas the new robot ones do a bunch more stuff, but it's a lot of like putting down shields, then turning those shields into cog parts, then turning the cog parts back into shields, and just kind of looping all of these little things backwards and forwards, really. What is that? Gain 20 stars if fever multiplier is 1 and you have 0 stars. That is pretty cool. I'll stick that on a card. Are any of these more useful? Increase further by 1 at the start of your turn. Nope. Put clues into your both players' deck. Nope. No. Oh, I've also got no coins, so it doesn't matter anyway. Yes. There are some parts on those, but they're not my... Nope. I need to turn some of this. That. Yep. And I've just got this random fruit card, mostly for the watermelon. But we'll just stick some random robot parts on there. Actually, the apple doesn't cost anything, does it? But it costs me a coin because I'm not selling it, is effectively what it's costing me. While it effectively doesn't cost me anything, it does cost me something because I'm not selling it. Whereas I could sell it for a coin, and then that's a coin I could use on something else. Like another robot part. This is a handful of stuff. Top 2 cards. Yep. Look at all these cog parts. Whee! Perfect. Perfect first turn, no questions. Could have gone better. I could have got one of my cogs to be the one that gets me candy, and then playing that free thing would have put me back up to 3 candy. So that next time I could have played this and then that. But it's fine. This is also not a great one to have in my starting hand. Oh, I'm going to lose all my shield here. Ow. The sun's up. Okay. I have no favour. Sun came up and went, you get to play one of your cards for cheaper. And that's it. Turns out Sun not actually being that useful. Would probably be better if I put random sweets on them, but then that's all the robots have to run off sugar, apparently. Okay, we did manage to get there. Sitting. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, yes. Whole bunch of stuff. Okay, that was a pretty good turn. Make them discard a card. Make them discard a card. Remove 6 shields. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Back on top of your draw pile. That one. Okay, got a pretty good lead. I'm going to spend some turns not doing anything though. Unless I draw a blank card. The robot deck is so weird. I love it, but it's so weird. Remove 12 shields. That is all of my shields. Blank. Yep, 41 points for a blank card, plus an extra 3, so it's 44 points for a blank card. Yay! 184 points with 6 shield. Robot deck, great at getting shields. And just ridiculous amounts of points in every card play they make, because they kind of have to. No, I think I'm good. I don't think I was looking at the middle one and I'm like, maybe. What's the jukebox do? Add 2 random cogs, then add 1 cassette for each cog token stack? I'm good. I don't think I need that. That one could be interesting though. The picture book going add 3 candy and then stop the turn. No, I don't think I need them. Treasure hunt got me a sheep sticker. Ooh, second treasure hunt got me a Yeti sticker. Neither of which I'm going to play. Nothing. Nothing. Extra blank card in deck. Woohoo! Oh, the sun. It's not going to help me play anything at the start of this, but it is here. In fact, the sun is just going to help me lose quicker. Whoops. Turns out drawing the sun on turn 1, not good. Unless a bunch of these can be really good cogs. Actually, they're not that bad. Kind of worked out. Okay. 20 points. Turns out it did work out perfectly fine. And I did make use of the sun. Yeah, having 1 sun in my deck isn't as useful as I thought, because obviously you're not looping your deck as much. Okay. These turns of playing a big robot card and then a free card afterwards is pretty useful. It does clear out most of my cogs by playing the free card. They removed my shield with an acorn. How dare they? I needed that shield because now I'm going to need to remove shields. Unfortunately, I've only got 3. Yeah, we can play our blank card. No candy for me, but at least I decreased the further multiplier. Fever multiplier? The fever bar decreased because I didn't play anything. Ooh, big setup turn. Plink, 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 plink. Load of stuff. We'll go with candy, but I am just going to play this one. I think I got quite a bit more. Cogs, 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 cogs. Although I guess they're technically, I mean, I could call them cogs, I could call them gears. I actually prefer the term gear, so all of this is my gear. Just got all this gear up here. All the gear that I use to make robots with. And then my nothing that happens afterwards, where I just go, oops, it's my turn of me not doing anything, yeah. Oh no, points. Hopefully this will work. No, I'm removing both anyway. One, then the other. I need 6 shields, then I can remove 6 shields. We'll go with 1, and then we'll just get the rest from here. So I'll still have 11 left, which means I won't take any damage. I can put that back on top of my deck, I guess. Okay. Oh, and then I'm actually getting more points than they have points, so that works fine. This one. Trying to think of ways that I could optimize these better. Like, obviously there's some good combinations of like having a thing that gets you shields in front of like a digger arm. But I'm then like, could you just put all of the same card onto a, like all of the same sticker onto each different card? And then just make sure you play the cards in a specific order. But then I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense if you try and do it that. I've got so many shields. I can put a bunch of them back into gear. Points. Oh, nice. Oh, less nice. Drew double blank cards. Like one blank card. It's all good. Gets me extra candy, gets me a bunch of points. The second blank card doesn't really do anything. I mean, it'd still get me stuff, just not as much stuff as if there were batteries here. So maybe I wait until I play the next big card, yeah. Let's go with this one. Let's go with this one. More shields, convert 6 of my shields into parts. Cogs and gear and parts. Oh, look at the top card of my draw pile, there aren't any. I can do this one as well. That sure is a bunch of stuff. I've pushed the FIFA multiplier all the way back down to nothing. And got 36 points off a blank card. I don't get to find out if that shield triggers off other people's bloom abilities. Darn. I still got the watermelon card. I do. Do I want to keep the watermelon card? Oh, but I've removed the apple from it. Sure. Shop. Sure. Yeah. Why not? Gain candy for each music note up to 3. So add 2 random cogs, then add 1 cassette for each cog, and the turn after you can play the maracas and get a bunch of candy for those. Could work really well. It could also work awfully. And I have no idea. That's tempting to take. I could do that and replace the sun as well. We have stuff and things to fiddle with. Okay, so the new, we're taking that off, putting that on. Are those all still in the same order? Yes. We need to double check all of these cards. We need to double check all these cards and make sure they're put in the right order. Look at the top 4 cards of your opponent's hand, or look at a random 4 cards in your opponent's hand, then discard up to 1 of them and add a random cog for each clue found, which is not going to happen. Add 6 shield, convert 6 shields into gear. Put a card back on top. Add 6 random gear. Add 1 gear. Increases by 2 if it's held. Adds a shield, converts shield 6 times. Costs 3 more while it's not in your hand. Look at the top card of your draw pile. Yes. Those ones are fine. That one's add a bunch of shields. Yep. Oh, wait. No, that is the one that I want to... Because it's this. I want to add a bunch of shields. then decrease the fervor for the number of shields, then convert some shields, then add more gear. These two that I need to, yeah, those are the two that I need to fix. That one, the sun can come off, the crane can go on. And that's, look at the top pile of each player's pile. Gets 3 shields. If you have 3 shields, quest. Yeah, that one's fine. Add 4 random tokens, then make a cassette for each token in the stack. Look at the top card, add a bunch of tokens. Then for each token, add a stack of shield, and then gain. Yep, that's fine. I could be much more optimal with some of these cards. Okay, decrease if you multiply the number of shields. That can get moved to something else because this doesn't give me any shields. Decrease if you multiplier, add random to the cost, add random for each token, gain shields. You can do that, and that works. Does that work? Yes. Yes, that works. This one is gain points for the fever multiplier, add random things for the fever multiplier, this costs more, this costs more. That's fine. The watermelons just add 1 candy, but that is a thing that I just want to keep in my hand. Because it's for my collection. Yeah, all of that's fine. I can go down to the bottom. And then, yeah, we're back to where we were, I think. Yeah. Okay. I think this is fine. Do I want to add more to this is the real question. Where's the gold siren? This one. That's fine actually, yeah. There we go. Now I've got a couple of cards that cost 2. Then all my other cards cost 0 or 5. It's very up and downs. But we're trying to hit that sweet spot of 5, and maybe it'll work well, because there's the card that goes 5 or more. Ooh, suns. Right, this is a chance to spot if the sun affects this. Oh, or they could steal all my starting candy and I could just sit here for turns doing nothing. That's going to be the most annoying part. Is I'm not going to get a lot. Because they're going to steal all my candy all over the place. Oh no, that could be really bad. Oh god, that's going to be really bad as well. When an opponent adds tokens, add a mushroom instead. So, no robot parts for me. And I'm just going to have all my candy stolen from me every turn. Or every couple of turns. I put the effort into stockpiling them, and then at some point they're just going to randomly pinch them all. Okay, that's something. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. There is no 6th. It's something. Okay, we got something out of it. Oh, almost caught up as well. Took them down to 1. Don't discard the card. What do I want to discard? That one, I guess? Sure. Lots of cogs. Me having thoughts of like, what if I got rid of those 2 cards that just have the 2 claws on and put those claws spread out throughout other cards? Would that then be more beneficial? Because then I'd have more blank cards, but some of my other cards would then be better. I don't know. Maybe. I'm removing 12 cogs, aren't I? Removing 12 shields. Ugh. I had loads of shields though, so that's fine. I legitimately can remove 12 and still have 15 left over. And it gets me loads of points. So that actually helped push me back into the lead, which I'm okay with. Oh, nice. We've got the music box bot and the maraca bot. So now I need to stockpile candy so that I can do both of them one turn after the other. Or I could be forced to discard the cards in my hand, and that's I could do that, I guess. Oh, and then they put a banana on the other one. Guess I'm not doing anything for a turn. Bam 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 bam. Ooh. Okay, then they played a sun, which negates the banana. So that's something. As long as they don't steal my candy. If they haven't yet, they're just stealing my points. Stealing my points is fine. That's not what I run risks of running out of. Once I've gained points, I have lots of points. Ooh, 103 points. Oh, the sun's here again. I've got no cards in my hand. Two cards that do nothing. I see. Oh, we're going to be going to an ad break in a moment. Big points. Hopefully. Stuff. Stuff. More stuff. And I reset the fever multiplier as well. Just for value, I guess. Okay, I've got 7 candy, and I'll keep hold of this just so I can get an extra 2 just in case. Because I am over 100 points now. Yeah, that's why I needed it. Because now I can still draw a card. Nice. We can do that. That then gets me to 7, which means I can then play this easily. I've got 40 shields, but I'm on 100 favour, so I don't even need the 40 shields. I'm going to use a bunch of those to make more cogs. Keep my fervor bar down at 1. As far down at the bottom as we can. And it is ad break time. Should I finish this fight while we're on the ad break? I was almost next to winning anyway. Yeah, we may as well finish this Riku fight. Yeah, this robot deck is cool. Coconuts and Bolts update, both winners. Like in the last set, I was a bit like, a bit meh on the farmyard deck, and the detective deck was very slow. Whereas in this one, it's like the fruit deck is a bit of a meh, but I like the concept of it. I mean, I also like the concept of the farmyard deck, in all honesty. With the whole, like, your deck does certain things on odd turns and certain things on even turns, and it just kind of flip-flops. Ooh. Nice. Nope, that's going to be a blank card. So if I turn one of these into a robot, welcome back from the outbreak, everybody. We defeated Riku, and now I am just having a bit of a twiddle around with some of my cards. Yeah, that's probably fine. What do I want to put somewhere? Right, this jetpack doesn't really do anything. Kind of annoying, kind of annoying. Jetpack, not needed. There we go. So now, all the cards in my deck should be 0s or 5s. Which means I definitely need that Pez dispenser. Desperately need that Pez dispenser. Almost there, tournament time. I can get a scoop sticker, I can go to the recycling centre, or I can get holographic for one of my stickers. Cost increased by 4, convert to 12, gain 10 if the food multiplier is 1. Look at the top 5 cards, or look at random 5 cards in your opponent's hand. I guess it'd be that. Sure. Why not? And then we battle with Elias. Oh no, they made me discard a card at random. Oh. Not the cat. That is actually fine. Cat is less effective against robot deck when the robot deck does just run a bunch of cards that don't cost anything. So I can just kind of sit on them and be like, well, when I want to play this, I just play a blank card in front of it to get rid of the cat. It costs 6, not 5. Oh, because the jetpack was free, but the arm that I replaced the jetpack with isn't free. Right. That makes sense. In which case I definitely need to take something off that card. Wow, just drawing all my blank cards apparently. I can remove their shields. Yes, it works. And just steal your shields and turn them into stuff. Yes, mine does cost 11. Or at least it pretends to cost 11. Doesn't actually cost 11, but it pretends to. And I did all this and it's getting me not a lot of points. Anyway, that'll... the 6 cost card getting me 3 points and the 0 cost card getting me 23 points. And it's like, yes. That is how that works in this weird robot game. Beep boop, robot cards. That's then enough candy to play this. Bum, 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 bum. Ba, 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 ba. Now I suspect there is going to be another cat, so I will hold on to this blank card. No cat. Okay then. Okay. We're going to wait till we get the maracas robot. There's a cat. Knew it would happen, but that's okay. Maracas robot? Maracas robot. Darn. Ba-ba. Ba-ba-da-ba, ba-ba-da-ba. 3, 4, 5, 6 shields turned into parts. And a whole load of points. There's the maracas robot. So now we play the jukebox. And then next turn, if we get 2 candy, we play the maracas robot. Hee. It might all work out and get me a bunch of stuff. Because then that gets me loads of candy for having those, right? That's how that works. I think, which means I might be able to play this one as well. Didn't get any extra parts. Oh no, it just plays the one off the top. Right. The one that it played off the top was blank. So it just got me stuff. This one. Which then gets me 2 more candy, allows me to play another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They had no cards in their deck, so I just looked at the top 2 cards and went, loads. Time to convert 12 shields into more parts. That sure did get me a lot of points. Woo! Okay, robot deck actually kind of works. Bit of a weird one. Yep. Shiny robot arm. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Add random cogs, gain stars for each cog, decrease purple by 20 if I have the shields. This one was the one that cost 6. Which I can take the shields off that. Yep. That's a whole bunch of stuff. One of my robots is only part built. But then all of the other robot cards are a mess, so that's fine. Okay, we've got the Maraca robot. Definitely this one first. Oh, nice. We like a random cog stack being added. Okay, they're going to get off to a really quick start because they're the vehicle deck, whereas I am still assembling robots. Assembling up enough points to be able to play any of the robots. Okay, yeah, might as well. Yep. Every card in my hand costing 5, and me just look at them going, yep. This sure is a handful of cards that I can't play. Did I discard one of them? Let's discard this one. Maracabot, goodbye. Okay, yep. Okay. Okay, that gets me back into the game. To remove all my shields to make all of these robot parts. So the next opportunity I get to play something, I should definitely play this one because I've got so many robot parts now. But it should go quite well. I say with my fingers crossed. Okay, can't play any of the robots yet, but I'm still in the lead. Still just about in the lead. I have to discard a card, so I'll discard that one. No, that one? Yes. I'm really slowly pushing forward. Or more, I took a massive leap and then they like slowly pushed back. Here we go. Two, three, 4, 5, 6. Lots of stacks, lots of stacks. Push my advantage up again. It's my hand just full of really expensive robots. Okay, hopefully I hit another good robot off the top. No, 2 nothings. That's not ideal, if I'm honest. Actually, the nothing does get me loads of points, so that's actually fine, probably. Yeah. It did get me loads of points for playing the free card off the top. Okay, I play the nothing card. And I play this card. And I play another 0 cost card. Then I play this card with the multiple digging claws. 4, 5. Barrel of Monkeys would be so good in this deck. Like, I've got the little shrew mole guy who does get me 2 extra coins from each card battle. But if that was a Barrel of Monkeys, I'd have so many points. Because this entire deck premise is based around getting shields, then removing shields to get pieces, and then removing pieces when I play cards. Parts, gears, cogs, pieces, robot bits. Maybe instead of the things costing 5, I actually want the Barrel of Monkeys, and then instead of this I want the Cat Pairs Dispenser. And then I make everything in my deck cost 4 or 0. That might actually be better. Because if I can go robot into blank card into robot into blank card, when I've got these out, then that's just paying for the next robot. Like, robot into a blank card gets me 4 more candy, which then pays for the next robot, that then pays for the next blank card, that then pays for the next robot, and so on and so forth. Makes a lot. I spent 5, I got 2 back. And then I can play this blank card that I've got, which will get me another 2. And the only thing I'm losing out on is that my cards won't cost 5 or more to play. But if I can then just end up playing more of them in a turn, like now, if these all cost 4, I'd be able to play another one of these. But I currently can't, because they only cost 5s. So maybe 4 is the optimal area for robot cards. None of those are robot parts, except maybe that, but that doesn't really work. Unnecessary. What is my card that I kind of want to swap? This random Maraca robot. That's a whole bunch of tigers. That is a whole bunch of tigers. Yep. I don't really want any of these. That's fine. I'll keep my weird Maraca robot. Which card should I trade? Let's try Maraca robot again. They're the same cards, except this one, I guess. Do I want this? No. What I want is the Pez dispenser. That's what I actually want. Toy box could get me the Pez dispenser, but there's a toy box in both. How many stickers have I got? None. I'll go this way then. If I've got no stickers in my sticker book, then there is no point going to the sticker book exchange, because I'll be trading nothing for nothing. Yeah, if I swap... No, but if I want to keep that, and swap that for Pez dispenser. I could swap that for the barrel of monkeys and remove all of the remove some of the 0 cost ones, because I do need some of them. Do you need to keep some of the 0 cost ones? Okay, what are we going for? This one, probably? Yes, just because the wizard will get me more points overall. And I got 2 of these, so now I can play these blank cards. And that'll get me to the point that I can almost play my next robot. Perfect. And I've got some shields, which is also nice. And I've negated their amount of favour. Okay. Frogs. Big collection of frogs on a card. Ribbit. Okay, I'm still losing again, that's unfortunate. Oh no. Okay, that gets me to playing another one. That's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I got 11 points. Nice, nice, okay. Okay. We are doing stuff. I don't have any shields, so I guess I'll just go with this maraca. I don't really have any music notes either. I mean, I now have a music note. Well, okay then. I've got 2 of these shields. Oh, it grows as in it just ticks up each turn. That makes sense. When I'm not being stupid, that makes a lot of sense. Discard the frog card, they then don't have another card to discard. Yeah. 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 I don't have another 3 shields, and that's that. Okay, that growing shield's actually pretty good. If you're playing these sitting there and not really doing a lot, like if you don't have shovels on basically every robot you've got, which unfortunately mine does, then the growing shields are really good. But unfortunately I've got shovels on basically every robot, so the growing shield isn't that great. So the ideal is drawing a blank card. Nope. Oh, that's fine, I still had loads of points. Real good. Still got 36 points. This deck just plays turns of huge abilities, and then turns of, I didn't really do a lot. Oops. Here we go, big turn. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get loads and loads and loads of robot parts. And we play this blank card. It gets me back up to 5, so I can then play another robot. Probably this one now that I've got 20 shields. I get to remove 11 shields. Almost on 90 points. So yeah, I definitely don't need the 17 shields that I got. Or the 20 that I did have. Did I have 22? I guess I had 22 because I removed 11 and I'm now on 11. Oh yeah, I gained an extra 3 from that? Sure. Yes. Makes sense. 129 points. Yes. The robot deck being kind of silly. Like I sit and don't do a lot, and then I do everything. $41 points from a blank card. Robots. Robots. Now that I'm almost at 200 points, I definitely don't need these shields. Yep, 200 points. I think I might have got this. I don't think they're getting 200 points in a turn. And I should be able to play this next card. I can definitely play this next card. Whee! The fever multiplier being non-existent. I see it and I go, no! No fever multiplier here, thank you. Yeah, so these only trigger when I play an empty card. So yeah, that does work better if they're empty. Oven. Add accepts at the start of turn. Add a Stegosaurus at the start of the car battle. Add a shield at the start of your turn. I've got plenty of money, I don't really need them. It also kind of helps navigate the I'm not doing anything for a couple of turns section of this deck. If I'm just going, I'm not doing anything, but I do take a little bit less damage from the get-go. There you go. A little bit less damage. Okay, let's go. Double robot turn. Nice. I still have to pay for the thing I play off the top? Huh. So somehow in both times that I've done that before, I've hit the blank cards. But I therefore play for nothing because I don't need to pay for it. But that time I hit an actual card that had a bunch of cost on it. Huh. Weird. It's fine, we can get there. Oh, and they're going to try and get multiplier up. I need to try and get the multiplier back down. This might actually be the individual that I need to definitely not go against. Because they're going to keep increasing the fever multiplier, which is bad for me because a bunch of mine are like, if the fever multiplier is 1 or less, and they're like, no, 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 we're getting this fever multiplier to 4 as quickly as possible. And I'm like, no, I want it to stay at 1, please. But then their UFOs are better if they've got less. Okay, they didn't play anything either. Okay, okay. Stuff. Okay. It's some stuff. They have robot parts? Where did they get robot parts from? Oh, the ×2 hits my 6 shield, and the 6 shield is now gone. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, that should be fine. That really didn't get me many points. Ooh. Stop increasing the fever multiplier, please. I need it to be at 1. Okay, but that will reduce it by 3. It should knock it back down to 1 before this triggers. Right? Yes. Okay, cool. And hopefully this gets me a whole bunch of points. That'll do it. It's good enough on points. We're going to keep increasing the fever multiplier. I'm just desperately trying to stop the fever bar from increasing. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All 12 of my basic shields converted into parts. And then we do this. Okay. 29 points, or 32 points for a blank card. Remove 6 shields to get more parts. And that will get me a candy, and I'll get a candy for turn, then I'll get the extra candy for turn, so I'll be able to play the robot card if I draw a robot card. And if I draw a blank card, then I can draw an extra card, so the option that I pick is dependent on which card I draw for turn. Oh, I finally pushed back into the advantage. I'm now at 47 up. This one's a proper struggle. Okay, I draw a blank card, so I pick an extra card. It's another blank card, okay. I think I just play one of them. Yeah. There we go. Now we're pushing a good advantage. They've got loads of candy, but they can't make the most use of some of their cards. I'm now starting to get some good use of candy. Here we go. Sudden showdown in 3 rounds. Yeah, because he can just play the UFOs because he can't make use of the higher end because he's not getting to the 4 multiplier. Because the robot deck is stopping it. Let's do that, because then I can do this and that will get me 2 candy, which means I can then play the other one. I haven't got any music notes, but that's fine. Yeah, these. If the fever multiplier is 3, if the fever multiplier is 3, if the fever multiplier is 3. And as it stands at the moment, it all costs way too much. Woo! I got there. Remove 1 star from the... Wait, remove 1 star from the opponent for each shield you have, then remove all your shields. I see. It's an incredibly aggressive robot piece. Interesting. So this one. Do that, and then that, and this one can go this, and then that, and then that, and then the siren. Yes. Angry robot. So add random cogs, gain 2 stars for each cog. Each cog token adds shields and gains stars. It costs 3 more. Yes. And then this one is remove a star from your opponent for each shield you have. Add 2 random cogs. Add random cogs. Look at the top 4. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So about half and half on blank cards to 5-cost robots. And my goodness, is it a weird deck. Which is like half the cards do loads of things and get me basically no points. And the other half of the cards do nothing and get me loads of points as long as I've done the other things. So I have to play the expensive cards to make the cheap cards get me loads of points. Just such a weird idea. You play the big cards to make the free cards good. I still want that monkey barrel though. I think it would be incredibly useful. Okay, let's see if we can get the... Oh, we did, we got 2. Nice. That is then good enough. I'll play the other one just because it gets me more candy and it also gets me to more points than my opponent. You can I've removed all the parts again. They're all gone. I've removed them all. Wow, I'm just drawing all the blank cards apparently. Now I don't have the Maraca robot. It is kind of weird that one of the robot parts cares about the detective deck and one of the robot parts cares about the music deck. When obviously a lot of the rest of the robot cards are just like, we care specifically about robot cards. So there's ways that you can make it so that you can build a specific like music robot deck or a detective robot deck, but you specifically need to like hinge around those cards. Which I don't know if there's enough of them to make it work. They won't turn up frequently enough to make it work. And me just removing 12 shields to get more parts. All of the parts are required and thus all of the shields must be removed. There we go. And now that I've got a load of parts, I'll get a load of points for playing this blank card. There you go, 13 points and 2 more candy and removing some of the modifier. Fever bar. Okay. They're playing moustache cards that keep drawing me a fresh hand. quickly reset the fever bar. So we had 9 shields, we removed the entirety of the fever bar, and then we removed 12 of our shields to get more parts again. It's a slow push forward, but it is a push forward. Okay, that'll be a good next play. Get me loads and loads of shields again. Okay, drawing a blank card there was really good. 2, 3. 2, 3. Oh, because that times is up for the number of them that you have. I've got 9 cogs now, so it costs 17. That still removes 3. That still gains me 2. That gains me 14, but then removes the whole stack because there's 7 of them there. Okay. Okay, slightly faster push forward now that I've got over 100 points. See, all it needed was to actually get one that got me points. And then it works fine. The latter half of the game where I just don't play any cards. Just sit on my 100 and something points going, just gotta gain candy, don't mind me. Played a moustache card when we both had 3 cards in hand, so it did nothing. Three, 4, 5, 6. Yep. I did have a moment where I was like, how did I get to an odd number? Forgetting that I gained 1 every turn. And it's like, that's how I got to an odd number, because he gave me 1 at the start of the turn. The bully time! No stars for you. And all the stars for me. And all of the parts for me. This is Bully Robot. It comes in, it removes all the cards from their hand, it removes all the stars from their pool, and then it gets me a bunch of parts and then goes, okay, bye. At break time. Growing Shield is actually kind of nice. Where is Maraca Robot? There we go. Want to exchange any of these from Maraca Robot? The answer is no. No, I don't. Train? Train! Increase max further multiply by 1. Gain 2 candy at the start of the card battle. That's pretty useful. We're going into an ad break now. 3 further at the start of the card battle. Add music. I want to go for this. Bag of candy. Come to me. Good. Fun and games pack, why not? This? No. There we go. There's basketball, which is nothing. Basketball, which is nothing. And a shiny basketball. Shiny hockey stick. Do I have a shiny hockey stick in my collection? Yes, yes I do. While we are in the ad break, how is everyone enjoying My Card is Better Than Your Card in the new update? I'm really enjoying it. There's a lot of very cool stuff in here. I'm just kind of focusing on the game a bit too much. I'm not really paying attention to what else is going on. But there's not much chat going on in chat at the moment, so that's fine. We may as well just go and sort out our card deck while we're here. Right, this one has the shield. Is there a robot that doesn't have the crane arm? This one doesn't have the crane arm but has a shield on it. We'll put that shield there instead. Sticker below this. So if I do that, it goes down to 80. If I do that, it goes down to 60%, but gains me 12. And if I do that, it goes down to 40%, but gains me 16. Sure. I created a new robot on the new card. Ooh, we're going to go into the tournament. I'll let the ad break finish and let the people who are stuck behind the ad break, give them the opportunity to join in. Welcome back from the ad break, everybody. We are going into the final little window, so we will do these 3 matches and then the stream will probably end there. Robot decks! We're going to have a robot off. I don't know how this is going to go. We're both going to be eating each other's shields to get stuff. Okay, what do they go with? Gain candy whenever you lose favour. Gain 2 candy and 1... gain 2 favour and 1 candy after you play a non-temporary card with identical stickers as the previous one. So they've got a bunch of matching robots. and then you draw a card whenever you lose favour. Bunch of matching robots is kind of scary. Let's do Mr. Crystal. Okay, their robot costs 2, my robot costs 11. So I do get a lot more pieces. And then I go to 12 further because I did win the round. I didn't get any of the pink twisty turnies though. Yeah, my robot's bigger than your robots, unfortunately. Oh, which means you give me a bunch of parts. Yes. Not the parts that I needed, but that's fine. I'll just play this free one. I guess next I want to play that one, because it's got the grow shield, and the grow shield can then just sit there. While I'm thinking it can just be like, yes, shield, more shield. Although they will probably eat that grow shield immediately. That's pretty good. Weirdly laid out though. Although they are just eating all of my shield, so that's kind of annoying. Ooh, equal. They scooped up all my shield. It's fine, I'm on 36 points. They haven't caught up yet. They've just got a bunch of robot parts that cost 2 though. That's a much better spot for this deck to be in. There's free cards and robots that cost 2. But you need so many cards because I've got so many robot parts in my deck. I guess you just go to as many flea markets as possible and use the flea markets to get more cards. And then just put all your robot parts on those cards and take all the other stickers that you got on those cards and sell them in the shop. To then buy more flea market pieces. I guess that'd be how you do it. You just go to every flea market in the run. The robot run is to all the flea markets. Yeah, I just happened to get the Rubik's Cube and that's why I decided to go for 5 cost robots. There wasn't particularly a purpose for it. Oh, good. Okay, it's keeping me ahead. But then I'm just punching all of that into their wall of shields that they've got. There you go, they're going to scoop my my poor little grow shield. And all my other shields, they're going to scoop all of those too. See, almost all my robots have at least one scoop on them. But I've drawn all the robots that don't have a scoop on them. Which means they're taking all of my shields and then just making themselves more shields. I don't know what you're talking about. This is a robot battle. We're doing robot fights. Also, hi, Callie. Welcome back. I'm not gonna lie, it does look like Hunter Bluey. It's me and Hunter having a robot battle. Who's the better robot? It's not me. But I'm somehow winning this battle. But also just running into the huge wall of shields, so we might actually go to time with me on 45, just because I had the quicker start. Because they're never going to earn enough points to beat my 52. But I'm never going to hit through their massive shields unless I can start getting my own scoop robots. But then I don't think I'm going to get enough. Ugh, kind of awkward. kind of awkward. Okay, they're gonna manage it. They got rid of all of my shields for all of the stars that I had. I mean, it worked. If it worked, it worked. Throw a bucket of water on him. No, I couldn't do that. Also, this is cardboard version. Me and cardboard version of Hunter Bluey battling it out. Oh, they're on 38. That's a big swing around. I'm still technically winning. Technically, I'm on 16. Oh, they're going to start building up their shield again. No! But they now got 38 points, so I've got to overcome the 38 favour. Turns out cheaper robots might actually be the way to go. Ooh. That's not good news for me. Six random robot parts. None of that was amazingly useful, if I'm honest. I got some points though. Does mean that I'm now losing. I think I might have lost. Turns out the 5 costs and 0 cost robot deck is a lot less efficient than the 2 cost robot deck that actually just works. But I do get to win the magnet battles, I guess. Because basically all of their cards cost 2 and most of my cards cost like 9. Or some of their cards show up as being like this. 2, 9. It's like, yep. My robots are bigger, so the magnet arm mostly goes in my favour. But they're just being a more efficient deck. Because I have to spend turns where I don't do anything. Whereas every single turn they're doing stuff. And it means that I had a quick start, where I got a good start and got like 50 points in the lead really quickly. And then they just built up this massive shield wall. And then they overtook me in points by removing their entire shield wall to get rid of all of my points. And then immediately started building up points in a shield wall again, but I'm now on nothing. And it's like, oh, right. But we now have a robot where I get to remove some of their shields to get points. Or to get parts, I guess, not really points. Yeah. Lots more parts for me, please, thank you. Could really do with those. Take as much of their shield as I can. Yum, 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 yum. Yeah, I don't think I'd catch up. Hunter is clearly a better robot. No! Okay, so 2-drop robots is the ideal spot. The Barrel of Monkeys still looks like it'd be the best option for a toy, but the Nutcracker Soldier is also really good because it's making me win all the magnets. But the bouncy ball's actually pretty good because you will still be running 0 cost cards because the batteries only care about you playing 0 cost ones. But the Rubik's Cube is a trap. Shouldn't have got the Rubik's Cube. Shouldn't have gone for 5-drop robots. But I got so many robot parts. But I guess a bunch of them are kind of obsolete, like the music machines. And like I've got this card that just has like a watermelon slice and a rainbow on it for no reason. So yeah, maybe... Oh, that one ends my turn. I'm an idiot. Oh, I am an idiot. But it's fine, because I know I'm an idiot, and that's okay. Okay, it was a 0 cost one, so that gets me a bunch of points. And then that was a 5 cost one that gets me a bit more points. Which at least takes their 100 and something down to about 30 again. Points of the feed multiplier is 1 and I have 0 points, so that actually would be a good option. Would actually be a good option. So I should be able to go that, then that, then that in a turn. Which might be able to push me into the lead again, but I still wouldn't be able to hit into their shield. Shields, watermelon slices, 20 points, bunch more parts. Grow shield, which is never going to happen, but that's fine. Play this one, that gets me 2 more candy and a bunch more points. Okay, yeah, it was enough to push me back into the lead. When I get to do turns, they're big turns. But there are also turns where I'm just doing nothing. Whereas if I had the cat Pez dispenser instead of this bag of bear candies, then I would be doing turns more often. Because I'd be doing every other turn I'd be doing stuff. Which would be much more useful. I knocked out all their shield. Because I got to 86. Come on, give me more parts. Mine technically costs 1! That's a part for me! Ooh, it gave me one of those. Yes, now every time I cast a card it gets me 43 stars. Another part for me? Thank you, I guess. So 5, my candy for turn will get me to 5. If I take the candy for turn then play 2 cards, then I'll be able to play the 3rd card. Okay. So I should be able to have another big turn here. Didn't crane arm me, so my shield did get to grow. Doesn't do anything, but it is just some shield. Eat a bunch of their shields. Keep the advantage in my side. I've just realised that these two robot decks does feel a little bit like Robot Wars, the old TV show, because we are just like full speed running into each other and smashing each other's shields into pieces. So it really does feel like playing Robot Wars, if you actually think about it. Admittedly, I'm just playing cards. But there's parts flying everywhere, and the parts that were put into my robot are then being efficient, and the parts that are being in their robot then being efficient. It's kind of going back and forth. It's cool. Oh, I got down to a 3rd row of tokens. I don't think I've ever seen a 3rd row of tokens before. Thanks, robot parts. Plus various types of shield, plus cassettes. Sudden death in 1 round, and I'm in the lead with 220 points. They're going to get rid of my Grow Shield now. It was nice knowing you, Grow Shield. They can't, because I've got this shield. Yay! I haven't heard of Robot Wars for years. Yeah. Yeah. I had the Robot Wars game on PC. Back in the day, on a CD. If my current PC had a CD drive, I'd be tempted to play it on stream. Because it was kind of great. I also, the other game that I might still have them actually, on a CD disc, is the Pokemon trading card game on CD that I got from the newspaper. If that gives you an idea of how long ago that was. But yeah, that would be another one that I'd be like, if my computer had a CD drive, I would be very tempted to play the Pokemon trading card game from like 2000, probably earlier than that. I don't even know when that would be from. Hang on, I'm going to try and look this up. Pokemon trading card PC game. Is it the 1998 one? No, it's not the 1998 one. This. It was this one. It was just called Pokemon The Trading Card Game by Wizards of the Coast, who now makes Magic the Gathering. That's kind of funny. Pokemon Trading Card Game CD-ROM Windows 95 to 98 is what that is. Is that just what it's called? Is it just called Pokemon? Is it now referred to as Pokemon Play It? But that didn't have the right graphics. Pokemon Play It Trading Card CD-ROM. It might just be that, actually. That might actually just be it. Oh, that might actually just be it. That is the one, Pokemon Play It. So it's called Pokemon Play It Trading Card CD-ROM. Release date. It was released in Europe in 1999 and in February 2000 in North America. That sure was the game that I had on my PC when I was little. When I was wee little. When you sold your Switch in the stingy store, you sold your old N64 game with original packaging, wanted to ask how much he wants. The dude gave off weird vibes. Yeah, there is an element of, if you go to like certain places and go into their gaming stores, there is an element of like, that's the kind of place where people who live in that area go and dump their stuff that they don't know how much it's worth. So some store owners will be a bit like, I can get this thing for cheap because this person doesn't know how much it's worth and just wants to get rid of it. So they're willing to accept like 40 quid for an N64. And most people would be like, wow, 40 quid for a games console that hasn't been relevant for 30 odd years, 20 odd years, 20 odd years. That's a bargain. It's been sat in my attic for 15 years, so I'm happy to sell it for 40 quid and have 40 quid in my pocket that I can then go and do something with. And then the store then goes, cool, we're now going to resell exactly what you just sold us, but we're going to sell it for like 120, 130 quid, something like that. And it's gonna be an easy profit. And we don't have to sell it with any of the games that you gave us. We don't have to sell it with any of the controllers that you gave us. Like, that would literally just be like the base unit. And maybe one controller, but then you could probably chalk it up to like 200 quid. So, yeah. Oh. Well, that makes it even worse. Yeah, that makes it even worse. But I could totally see, like, the store that I'm thinking of that I know of, which is in the middle of... where even is it? My brain's trying to remember where it is. It's somewhere in Cornwall. Middle of nowhere. Everyone there is kind of minorly racist, purely on the basis of people don't go there. And it's just like, yeah, people aren't avoiding the place, there's just nothing there. So people don't go there. And it's very isolated in the middle of nowhere. So there's kind of just the people that live there, that grew up there, that have lived there for like 5, 6 generations, are the only people who want to be there. And even most of them don't want to be there, they'd rather go elsewhere, but they're kind of just still there. That it kind of ends up being a little bit like, oh, right. Yeah, the only electronic shop in the area. Exactly. That's kind of how it ends up. Where it's just like, that certainly was the only place where you could get anything if you wanted anything gaming related. And they have a little section of games console stuff. And none of it's in, like, peak condition. If you found something in a box, that was fantastic. Most of them were just like, yeah, there's like... I mean, I guess the PlayStation games were still in boxes, because if they weren't in boxes, they were just CDs. And even then, they had, like, a folder for the CDs for the PlayStation. And PlayStation 2. And, like, original Xbox. And then, like, the N64 games were just in a box, just in a plastic box, just all stacked on top of each other, and it's like, ooh, no, please stop, please sort out your things, thank you. But yeah, and it's a dingy little place. There's a few stores around that are that kind of thing, where it's just like, yeah, they're running their store, and it's clearly turning them a profit enough to keep the store open. And they are just running it as like, it's the only nerd place where you can get anything. So we do trading cards, we do figurines, we do like tabletop wargaming, we do electronics, we do like model railway stuff, we do like photography kits and like art supplies, and it's like, what is this store? What even is this? Is this just the hobby store, where if you have a hobby, then you'll find the stuff for your hobby in this shop? It's kind of the general vibe it gives off. I imagine it's that kind of place. Oh no, these pterodactyls are finally going to eat through my shield. You had model railway stuff. See, I told you. Told you. And then there's probably like a board gaming section that has like Monopoly, Scrabble, and Cluedo, and then like one copy of Settlers of Catan or something like that. And it's just like, oh, okay, this store certainly has some stuff in it. I wonder if I'm going to still have these cassettes by the time it comes around to my turn. Well, let's find out. I might be able to use the maracas finally. Oh, they're eating my propellers. What even are those? So they're springs, they're screws with like a little star on top. There's are they called lug nuts? I can't remember what lug nuts are called, what lug nuts actually look like. My brain is just like, that's a thing, right? A lug nut is a thing that exists in the world. Not getting rid of that. I don't want more pterodactyls. Model railway stuff, old electronics, games from old to new, and random assortments of cables. Yep. Yep. And then like some random like DJ equipment and stuff like that, where it's just like they're electronics, but they have nothing to do with computers other than that they are electronic. Like there's a microphone that plugs into a guitar amp. And that sort of thing that's just like, yep. But he had an old Pokemon poster I liked, but the paper was bleached. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. Oops. That's not good. I just played a whole nothing there. They appear to have successfully gotten rid of everything I had. Move up to 6 shields. Let's start gaining more stuff. Need more parts. Need more parts. I've still got loads of favour. We're good. We're actually still winning. We're just struggling against these pterodactyls. But not struggling. You really just described that shop. See, I know the kind of shop you're on about. I grew up in the middle of nowhere. I know that kind of shop. Like the one I was describing was the one that was near me when I was growing up. But it was just like, yeah. You've got to walk a mile, walk 2 miles to get to the bus stop, and then take the bus for like half an hour to get to the city that held the town that had this games shop. And in one of the places I could go, the gaming shop didn't exist. And what it actually was there was a shop run by a couple. The lady run the downstairs of the shop like it was a clothing store. So there was like clothes and like accessories and jewelry and that sort of stuff. And then the upstairs, the chap had set up like a wargaming area. So there were all the tables for people to play war games on. It was a very odd shop. But then that meant that right in the back corner of this clothing shop, there was just a random stand of like Games Workshop paints and brushes and a couple of boxes of models. And this was opposite the cinema. And it was like, yep, that's a weird place. Yeah, it probably would have been about a 20-minute drive if I could drive at the time. If I could drive at all. I don't drive. Can't be doing with that. People on the roads are scary. People outside are scary. But yeah, the shops like that are smattered all over the place into the little corners of the countryside. I'm sure you could probably go to most countries and wander out into the countryside and probably find a shop like that in like a largish town. Oh, I need to discard some stuff. I don't really need that. I'm not doing anything with that one. Oh, you have to discard one. Fine. We're good with that. We're getting there. There's one turn until Sudden Showdown. Brits are scary, true. Yes. Yes. I could tell you some of my weird stories as to why I don't drive, but I'm not going to do that on stream. Actually, I know when I could do it. I have a thought about that. I could turn that into a weird little rant. I could kind of loop two things together. Maybe. Grow shield. Nice, that's a decent selection of parts. None of the thingies though, which is kind of sad. I need to find out if they are called lug nuts. They are not called lug nuts. What are they called then? Why was I thinking lug nut and then we went into a conversation about driving as well? Weird. Survival of the craziest on the street. But you don't want to act like... Survival of the craziest on the street, but you don't want to act like you're a nice driver? You can't be perceived as weak by other drivers, otherwise they might take advantage of you and cut you off in traffic. Is the perception that everyone on the road seems to have, and therefore the whole thing is just a bunch of people vying for the best spot always, and it's like, oh god, no. And like there are rules that most people ignore in like 60% of cases. And it's like, right. So why are there rules if they're not going to be properly policed? And you see all these things about like, oh god, no, I'm not going to get into the rant now. Not going to get into the rant now, it's fine. I forgot how mean his deck was. You had to give up your license for 2 months. Yeah. That sort of thing doesn't really surprise me. I mean, I'm assuming you had to give up your license because you were caught on a technicality of like, you were technically breaking the rules, but so was everyone else, but you were the one picked out for it. I imagine that's why you lost your license for a bit. But it was that kind of thing. Ugh, my throat is really just... Blech. Blech. Yeah, I'll make you discard some of your hand. I'll look at the most aggressive cards in your hand and be like, no thank you. No thank you. And... no thank you. Street racing. Callie, what are you doing street racing? Is that now the shield? Nope. Their 10 gems is kind of a problem. Okay, back to having a load of parts. But I don't have many points because those bottles kept stealing all my points. Oh no, the chickens begin. And I'm already on the losing side, so this is going to go very badly, I imagine. If only I had the pest dispenser. I already have no points. You can't take away from nothing. But I am now going to get points this turn, and you will be able to take away from the stuff that I have. Which is bad. I've got 10 shields, so I can remove 10 of their points. At the cost of all of my shield. Seems worth it. Oh, more than 10, because I convert some into other stuff. Ah yes, gain 26 random pieces. Let me just sit and watch it all tick for a bit. And I eat one of the cards in their hand. Goodbye. And then banana. Okay. Push the advantage a little bit. I'm still losing. And we're now going to have another turn or two of me just not doing anything unless I draw a blank card. If I draw a blank card, then I'll be okay. Didn't draw a blank card. Oh no. Oh, the 10 gems and the chickens makes this really difficult. No, not the cat. Not the cat. Okay. Oh. No, is that going to work? Is it going to be a blank card off the top? Maybe. It is playing the blank card off the top. That's okay then. Pushes me back into the lead, which is what I want. Oof, just pushing me into the lead. And now I've got 4 candies again, so I can gain a candy and then hopefully gain a bit of an advantage. I've got the 2 robots that work well together. The music robots. Maybe they'll be useful. Took some of my candy. And there's a pterodactyl. Okay, now it's starting. Nice. Okay, there's a blank card on top of my deck. So next time I can play the blank card into the Maracas robot. Because I'll have the music notes. Oh, I took my shield. Fair enough, I'm going to get 26 points for doing nothing. Ah! Chickens and gems versus all of the robot parts. I'll grab another candy just in case, because I can never have too much candy. In fact, it's a good thing, because that's now got a banana on it. So I don't need to pick... Oh no, I did. I had a bunch of candy that I then paid to get that. Okay. Okay. 100-something points should be able to keep them at bay for a bit. Oh, sudden death in a few rounds. Or sudden showdown. Sudden showdown in a few rounds. Mum said always do what you love. And I like going fast. Sorry, I only just read that, Gally. Oh dear. Yep. Sure, we'll go with this. These shields will save me from the pterodactyl for a bit. And I can remove some of these shields to get me more parts, which will keep me going for a bit more. So I should be safe from the pterodactyl, because 9 defensive shields when we've only got like 3 rounds left, so they may only pterodactyl 6 times. Unless they play another pterodactyl immediately. So we should be okay. And then in the next 2 rounds I don't think they can don't think they can reach 100 points. Unless they have a really big turn, which they might do. They've got a handful of stuff. And I'm going to have a turn of doing nothing. Unless I draw a blank card. Nope, I'm going to do a turn of doing nothing, because I've now got this cat, so even if I draw a blank card, I'll play that into the cat, and then I'll do nothing. I didn't even draw a blank card. Never mind. Nope. It's fine, I'll just do nothing for the next 2 turns and hopefully still win on 200 and something. Sun Showdown in 1 round. And I'm on 300 advantage with 63 gem, or 63 favour that won't be 63 favour by the time it comes to my turn. Yeah, stealing 4. I'll also lose 5 from the bottle. Oh, they've caught up. That's really not good. Come on. There's one of my blank cards, that's what I needed. And I'm 1 gem short of playing any of the other... No! Okay, I'm still at an advantage, I'm on 7 points. The last round, they have to get like 300 points in a round, which I don't think they can do, so I think I've got there. No, it was incredibly close, because I didn't have any token removal. So they've got all the chickens and all the gems, and there's nothing I can do about it. Ooh, cat. Well, hello, cat. Hockey stick. Okay, I didn't win the goal. Sadly. And I play this, and that gets me 2 more gems. And a whole bunch more points, because I'm getting 25. And then I get to play another robot. Like this one. More parts! Yeah! Remove 12 shields. Yep, I can just take off my pile of 45 shields. As they are now not going to hit me because I actually got to play stuff this turn. Okay, 5-drop robot deck worked. It was difficult, but it did work. At least in relaxed mode. I think in higher difficulty modes, a 5-drop robot deck would not work unless you have the Cat Pez dispenser. If you had the Cat Pez dispenser though, there's a potential that it would still work. We did it! Victory with the robot deck! The favourite sticker was that arm that got me a bunch of points. Stickers in my deck is a whole bunch of robot parts, and this wizard. And the maracas. And the shiny watermelon. I guess the rest of it was just robot parts. Yeah, it really was just a wizard, I guess a hockey stick, a wizard, a rainbow, a shiny watermelon, a set of maracas, and then everything else was robot parts. Or shields. Sure. Big bots. Wait. Big bots. Make the box blue. Make label purple. That blue. And then we're gonna put this down here, and we're gonna make a big bot on the box. Then we've got the shovel arm. Then we've got the magnet arm. Wait, if we make it have 4 arms. Yeah, and then just put the scoop arm. And a wiggly wavy robot. Crazy arm. Crazy radar arm. Actually, Radar arm like that. Magnet arm down here. There we go. Big bots. It's the big bots deck. It has big bots. That's what it does. Yeah. Thank you very much everyone for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. We are going to look at who we can raid. So I will jump onto my back screen